we've showed you our pirate treasure prop, but now it's time to hide the loot, because the scallywags will be alert and trying to steal the doubloons. But now it's time to man the cannons. Prepare to fire! We'll defend this booty to the last plank splinters. Arr! First thing we gotta do is build the barrels, and to make the main focal point of these pirate cannons, we're gonna use foam. We either have to cut the foam down to workable sizes using hot wires and saws, or we glue smaller pieces together with expanding spray foam. Just like the other round sculptures, I try to start by carving the round cylinder shape first, and then I can add details like rounding over the ends, or in this case, creating the flared body style of the pirate cannon. Next, we measure and mark out where we want all the structural rings to help give the cannon body that classic battle scene look. I cut wooden decorative rings using a router to make perfect circles. Then I round over all the outside edges to help give it that smooth cast iron look. I used this method in making the slime pipes for the Ghostbuster firehouse. The only difference is I cut an additional hole in the center of some of them for a drainage pipe. We have several pieces of this corrugated pipe we use to plumb fog into the underneath of our haunted house and our haunted ghost town. We placed the drainage pipe halfway through the cannons and going out the bottom. We glued each piece of foam and wood with expanding spray foam like one big pirate cannon sandwich. Once I got all the cannon pieces glued together, I sanded everything smooth. Then I added details like the cascabel knob on the back end and the muzzle flare on the front end of each cannon. These 4-inch openings will allow plenty of fog to shoot warning shots across their bow. Moving on to the carriage, I used double layers of plywood to create a heavy base that none of those little landlubbers could pillage. I cut several 2x4s for the stepped cheeks of this naval truck carriage. And just like the giant spider prop, Gina covered all the foam with aluminum foil and spray adhesive. This will protect the sculpture from melting under the resin and fiberglass that we use to hard coat all of our foam props. Normally we use a gel coat to cover the fiberglass texture, but because we have no time, it's all hands on deck and we used a plaster filler instead. For the carriage wheels, I cut more plywood discs that I glued together to create that solid wood look. Because little scallywags will be firing these prop cannons, we needed them to be up off the ground. So we decided to have the prop cannons sitting on wood crates. There also needed to be a safe place to hide the fog machine. Everything was sanded smooth, and then Gina primed and painted the props. She used a couple washes very similar to the prop dumbbell that we made a while back. Once we were on location, we wanted to add more detail like square bolt heads and metal eye screws and rope, but we ran out of time. Plus, we were afraid some lily-livered mangy dog would damage the cannons if they were fully furnished. We got a couple of ADJ Fog Fury machines and we rewired the manual controllers to connect to a Peekaboo Fright Props controller. The Littles were able to smash a push button located on the carriage, and that set off several fun cannon blasts with fog. We connected a little speaker and programmed several fun cannon blast sounds with a twist. These were a blast to make, and we definitely look forward to finding out what you all think. All right, Gunner Harrison, it's time to send those ships to the bottom of the deep blue. Fire at will!